Welcome to another production of ParkTV 16 Sports on location. This afternoon we are on the campus of Benilde-St Margaret in St. Louis Park, Minnesota, bringing you Section 5 semifinal girls lacrosse, featuring the number 4 seeded Breck Mustangs and the number 1 seed Benilde-St Margaret's Red Knights. We're streaming live on YouTube. This is ParkTV 16 Sports, and this is the semifinals of Section 5. Coming in with a record of 3-10 are the Mustangs, and in their last 6 they are 1-6, but they did get by Hopkins in round 1 easily, 13-4, but their 3-10 record does not bode well while taking on Benilde-St Margaret's, which I believe is 12-3. They've won their last 6. I am Robert Christensen, and again, we're at the McQuinn Athletic Complex on the campus of Benilde-St Margaret's, getting ready to start the semifinal here. Both Breck and Benilde met up right back on this field on Friday, April 23rd. The score was Benilde 13, Breck 4. So if that's any indication of how this match may go, it could be, but that was quite a while ago. And Breck is on a 1-game winning streak, so we'll see if they're able to carry that momentum on the road here at Benilde. It is a warm afternoon here, around 90 degrees, humidity in the upper 60s. So that will also play a factor in terms of keeping these girls hydrated. Last game we were here, it was quite warm as well. They actually took a water break in addition to the timeouts that the coaches are allotted. So we're about to begin. Benilde in white and red. They'll be going from our right to left, and Breck in the dark uniforms going left to right. And we're underway here for the first semifinal in Section 5 girls lacrosse. Glad you're with us. And that is number 12 for Benilde, Piper Elon on the face-off, but it's controlled by Breck's number 7. That's Lauren Ott. And Ott brings it across midfield, gives it up to number 10. That's Emily Johnson. Now Johnson, the quick pass to number 6. That's Poladal, the senior. Now Breck in control, and with the first sustained possession, we're just underway here, 25-minute first half. And Breck with possession. Again, that's number 10, Emily Johnson, the junior, and her shot is scooped up by Brooke Nelson, the quick-handed sophomore. Makes her first save, and a good start on defense for Benilde as Brooke will hold it there. Nelson, just a sophomore, but really good in nets and has proven to be very, very good. She's got a goals against average of just, let's see here, it's 7.36. But their number of goals they're scoring are much higher than that. She's got an excellent record. So we have a stoppage on the field. And they're gonna give the possession to, here comes the ball. Looks like Breck's gonna get it. That's number 15 with it, Whit Mayhod, just a freshman, Maybod, I should say. And now we're underway. She's getting double teamed, tries to split the defense. Now the ball is loose. That's number 9 chasing it, Clara Clausen. And now the ball is out and Breck has possession. Quick, nice pass to number 6. That's Poladal. Now Poladal turns and runs right up the middle. And she runs into the Benilde defense and gets turned back. Now the scoop pass to number, I believe that's number 8, Kazakowski. Now on the far side, and now Breck will bring it around the net. They're in on their second possession. No score here early on. That's number 17 with it, Petra Lyon. Poladal now to number 8. That is Kazakowski. Nice passing here by Breck. They're being very patient. Last time these two teams played, they gave up 13 goals, and I'm sure they don't want to do that. And keeping possession and the score down is probably part of their strategy for sure. Now ball loose in front of Nelson, still loose. And Tilly Wolf in there, bounces around. Now coming away with it is Benilde, and they're off to the races. And ball comes loose. That was number 20 for Benilde, Zayla Gunvalson, the senior captain. And now Breck has it, and they're off to the races. Quick pass coming right in on Nelson, and a goal by number 17, Petra Lyon. Following the turnover, just as Benilde looked like they were breaking free, the ball came loose, and it was picked up by Breck. And let's look at that pass again. Replay, and there was the pass just getting by the defense, was number 17 again, Lyon, and that puts the Breck Mustangs on the board first here. So a bit of a surprise That goal coming with 22:48 remaining here, first half, and we're going to go back to the center circle as Gunvalson now leaves the field. Substituting in for her for Benilde is Lindsay Layton, the junior defender. Just following that play, and now on the face-off, and it's controlled by Breck. So off to a very good start. Now turning around, Kozakowski, number 6, and a nice pass and good ball control again here for Breck. And that's Erin Dugan, number 12 for Breck. She tried to hit number 10, Johnson, as she was cutting towards the net, but they lose the ball. And because Benilde's closer to it, that equates to a turnover. And now here comes Benilde. Let's see what kind of forecheck Breck is going to do. And they are being aggressive as number 10 came right up behind Nelson and surprised her. Fortunately for Benilde, Riley Weedman was back there to save the day. Now the ball back safely in Nelson's, and now she's going to get from behind again, and now she's out of the net. Look out, the shot and a goal by number 10, Emily Johnson. Surprises Nelson from behind, and for the second time, Nelson must have thought that she wouldn't try that again, but here it is after she forces the turnover, turns around and scores. And that is akin to a defensive sack in football, causing the quarterback to fumble, then picking up your own fumble and scoring a touchdown. What a magnificent play there by Emily Johnson. And now Breck up 2-0 here. Who would have thought? 22:03 remaining as that goal comes. And there's Kozakowski at the center circle as we look at the replay one more time. And just like that, 2 quick goals by the Mustangs. And even though they only have 3 wins on the year, they're 1-6 in their last 6. Maybe they had some key injuries and just getting players healthy. I don't have enough history on them to explain it, but they are off to a great start here in the heat. And now the face-off, and this time it's controlled by Benilde, and they've got it in their number 1 scorer, Julia Evans. Now Benilde finally with possession after enduring a couple minutes there early on, almost 3, where they did not have possession of the ball, and that is an unusual start for the number 1 seed Red Knights. Now they have the ball, and they will be patient here. Now Julia Evans. That is Piper Alon, and she's going to come in, gets turned around. Good defense there by Breck. Kozakowski playing the point position on defense around the semicircle. Now Poland gets it to Evans. Back to Elon. Now Elon trying again on Kozakowski, gets pushed back away, staying with it though, turn around and decides to hold on to it. She'll give it up to Wolf. Number 4, the second leading scorer on the Red Knights. Nice spin move, gets right in, takes the shot, and she scores it. Tilly Wolf took matters into her own hands, made a nice spin move and just caught a little bit of an advantage there. Just created enough space and got that ball up nice and high and then put it down low where it's hard for a goaltender. There's the spin move, just like Chuck Foreman used to back in the 70s, and now her ability to stop and twist back right and put that ball in the net speaks to her strength and agility and ability to stay balanced in traffic and focus as well. So that puts the Red Knights on the board here as they cut the lead to 2-1. That goal comes with 21:03 remaining in the first half, and we got ourselves a good one here in this semifinal in Section 5 girls lacrosse. Back to the center circle again. That's Piper Alon, and now Benilde gets that, Julia Evans, and you bet the Mustangs are going to keep a close eye on her, and they are putting it out there. Little cross check there by the defender. That's Lauren Ott, the junior for Breck. Now Piper Elon, and she gets pushed away. This time number 10, Emily Johnson. Now here comes off the bench, Mary Zavril, and she scores, and she cuts right in there. And I was just going to say, Zavril off the bench is always a spark plug for the Red Knights, and she did it again just in her style. Zavril coming in right from behind, just entered the game here, and cuts right through the defense. Number 8, Alex Kozakowski could not stop her. And that evens the score here at 2. So just like that, Benilde back in business, evening it up. So 2 apiece here. And back to the center circle, and that looks like Piper Elon again in there for the draw for the Red Knights. Got to get everything just right. It's almost like a magic trick. And that is number 10 winning the draw, Emily Johnson. And now Johnson back to answer back. And what a game we have here so far this afternoon. Watching us on YouTube, glad you're with us. Now that's Breck's number 9, Brooke Swiller, the senior. Back to Emily, oh, that's number 17, excuse me, Petra Lyon. She got goal number 1 of the match for the Mustangs. And now we're tied at 2 and approaching 20 minutes remaining here, half number 1. Neither team seems to be suffering any ill effects from the heat. Now driving, and a shot goes over the crossbar, closing in on defense. Number 21 for the Red Knights, that's Maddie Khalsa, and also Zavril. And now she almost intercepts it. Ball loose, turnover, and scooped up by Piper Alon, and now she's off to the races. She's got her head up there with that basket. Nice pass, misses her mark. Chasing it though, and picking it up is gonna be number 17, Emma Peschel. And now Benilde causing the turnover, going for their 3rd consecutive goal this trip down as we're approaching 19 and a half minutes remaining. Now here comes the offense to set up, and they will set up as that is in the corner. Number 9, Clara Clausen, the junior, settling things down. Experienced junior out there now to Peschel and around the horn as Benilde will get their bearings here after a very exciting first several minutes here. We're tied at 2. That is Khalsa, number 21, and now Khalsa will cut, and now they'll go into their motion offense. A lot like basketball in that sense. And there's a turnaround shot by Piper Alon, and that was with authority, wasn't it? She also was very balanced on that turnaround. So here's Alon, number 12. She's the 4th leading scorer, 23 goals, comes right in, moves that right side, and then, oh, she slipped. Unfortunately for Emily Johnson, loses her footing. And what's interesting is our producer, Paul Broden, informed me that they're gonna be replacing this turf tonight. So this is tomorrow. So this is probably the 2nd to last match that's going to be played on it. Now that I look at it, it does look a little worn, and it's probably seen better days. And there's an example of that player slipping leads to the Benilde goal. I don't know if that would have happened as easily for Poland had Johnson not slipped. So that's the way it is. Both teams play on the same surface. You got to adjust to your surroundings. And now here comes Breck. Down for the first time. We'll see how resilient they can be here, at least early on, as that is number 6 with it, Hannah Polidal, the senior. Now to 17, that is Lyon. And Breck looking poised out there, despite down 1 goal here. That's number 9, Brooke Swiller. I still think it's better for them to take time off the clock. They do not want to get into a track meet here with Benilde. And now intercepted, and another turnover, and now Benilde's defense is really starting to assert itself. 2nd turnover in a row, and here they come, and that's Zavril on the far side, number 7, running free in that corner, allowing your teammates to catch up to her, and now that's back to Khalsa, 21, and back around to Clara Clausen, number 9. And they'll set it up again, up 1 goal here as we look at the clock, just now under 18 minutes remaining here, first half. Now Julia Evans. Khalsa. So after getting down 2 goals, Benilde has come back with 3 in a row. All very impressive. It's like they just flipped a switch after going down 2-0 there. I don't think that's happened very often this year to the Red Knights, and it definitely ignited them for sure. Now Khalsa. And both teams, I think, are catching their breath here a little bit. The heat might have something to do with it. Part of it is you've got to conserve their energy, and you got to manage that part of the game as well. So they aren't just going to be off to the races as they might more easily do if the temperatures were down and the humidity were down a little bit. And so just taking their time, and you don't see Breck forcing the action either. So they're just going to move it around here, take some time. And now it looks like they just caught their breath. And now Piper Alon will make her move as she gets double teamed and pushed right back out. And Kozlowski's really got her pushed out. Isla not giving up though, still with it, and she backs up. Kind of like a couple hummingbirds out there going back and forth. Now the shot blocked and picked up by number 8, Alex Kozakowski, and there's going to be a whistle and a foul on Breck. Cross-check, the preliminary signal from the referee. That comes with 16:22 remaining. Clock still running here. Fairly clean game here so far, as they usually are in these big games, but now a free chance for Island, and she gets her second goal of the afternoon. And that records goal number 4. So I'm not sure. Well, there was a cross-check, so the cross-check results in the free shot at about a 45-degree angle. And Piper Island, number 12, comes in and records her second goal of the afternoon. And on the year, just see if I can find her stats. Sure, Piper Alon came in with 23 goals. She's now up to 25 with 10 assists. It's 35 points on the year. And that puts her basically tied with Peschel, just ahead of Peschel. Then we have Tilly Wolf. Now, look at, there's the brackets. Should Benilde hold on, and there's still a lot of match left, obviously, here with over 16 minutes remaining first half. They will move on to, oh, so these are the quarterfinals. Is that right, Paul? I think they are. Thought these were the semis, but no, these are just the quarters, I believe. Oh, they are the semis. Okay, that's right. Well, I see that last bracket. So the championship will be on Wednesday the 9th, and I believe that'll be at Park Center, probably at 4:30 or 7 o'clock. One of the two would be my best guess. It'll be at Park Center or St. Louis Park? Oh, St. Louis Park. Okay, yeah, so just across the highway where the championship will be, and they'll take on the winner of Wyzetta Armstrong. But we need to focus on this match. It's still just 4-2 here. And we have a timeout now on the field, and I didn't see who took that. Oh, it's the water break. So we did mention that at the outset of our broadcast, that water breaks are now part of the protocol when the temperatures probably get to a certain level, and I think that is a very, very smart move. When I grew up playing sports in the 70s, mostly early 80s, there was no such thing as water breaks. If you dare ask for water during practice, unless the coach gave it to you, that was verboten. But here we're a little more evolved. Other ways to prove your toughness than being dehydrated, that is for sure. Okay, coming out of the timeout. Trying to think what Breck would say here. I think they're playing well. You know, they just had a couple unlucky breaks on the slip by Johnson, which was on goal number 3 for Benilde. And, you know, they're just playing a very talented Benilde team, and there's some talent on the Mustangs, but they've got to play almost a flawless game here, I think, to take the Red Knights. As now the Red Knights down 2-0 have scored 4 in a row. And Breck has to slow that down, and one way they can do that is with Emily Johnson winning this faceoff following the timeout. That would be just what the doctor ordered if you're a Breck Mustang fan. And is that Khalsa taking the draw this time? I think it is. I only see the 2, but I think I recognize her. It is, and she loses it, and it's picked up by Kozakowski, number 6. Or excuse me, that's Hannah Polidal, number 6. Kozakowski's number 8. That's Lyons, number 17. To number 9, Brooke Swiller. Now back around, number 4. That's Willow Milchman, a senior. She loses it momentarily, but no pressure by the defense. Just coming out of the timeout here. We're in the first half, approaching 15 minutes remaining, and Breck trying to now answer after giving up 4 unanswered goals. That is Emily Johnson, number 10. Johnson is their leading scorer. She's got 28 goals on the year. Number 2, in case you're wondering, is Erin Dugan. Haven't heard much from her. And Hannah Polidal has 15 goals. They're their 3 top scorers. So if Breck's going to get some more goals, look to those 3. Now Lyons, number 17. So not only is there a water break, I think these girls are taking breaks, just having to manage the game here. Catch their breath and then go for it. All right, now number 8. That is Kozakowski. She decides to try to do something. There's a pass behind the net to number 9, Swiller. Now back to number 4, Milchman. Milchman still with it. Fakes left, comes back right. Being guarded by Gunlison. Now to Polidal. And it's a bit of a chess match right here. Holidall's gonna try to take a drive here, getting pushed back. Great defense there by Wolf, staying right on her. Very much like basketball here, driving the net one-on-one from the outside. That's exactly what that feels like and what it looks like. Interesting mix of maybe not soccer, hockey and basketball. And a shot hits the post. Ball loose in front, and there's a whistle for some unknown reason and a signal of an infraction. Away from the play slightly, and they're gonna give it to Breck. Are they gonna get a shot here at Brooke Nelson? Yes, they are. Let's go off to it right away. Emily Johnson in the middle, comes right in, beats everybody and scores it. And she was quick out of the gates, much like a sprinter. Those first steps out of the blocks for the sprinter can win the race. Oftentimes it does, and there she was out of the blocks first, wasn't she? And Breck answers. Look how quick she is. Bang. And she gets by him. And then just stands up and looks for her spot and targets it and puts it right in there for goal number 3. So Emily Johnson gets her second goal of the afternoon. And they edge closer here, 4-3. So back and forth ever so slightly here. Breck does show signs, and that came right after the timeout taken by Mo Sanderson. So good decision by Coach Sanderson as it resulted in a goal pretty quickly afterwards. Actually, that wasn't a timeout, that was a water break. But nevertheless, they took advantage of it, got possession of the ball, and answered right back. So that keeps their confidence and their spirits up. And we'll go back to the center circle, and it's Khalsa again against Emily Johnson. And Johnson trying to control it, comes away with it. She spins around, the quick pass connects. Wow, that is difficult, isn't it? In traffic, Kozakowski. Wow, great play there by Breck. Now 23 with it. That's Eleanor Applebaum, the senior. Now on the far side, cutting was number 7 for Breck, Lauren Ott. And I lost track of the ball there momentarily. Now there it is, Kozakowski. And that is Kozakowski, number 8. I keep getting her confused with Hannah Holidall. All right, that is Leon. Now number 9, that is Brooke Swiller. Swiller now. As Breck will try to tie it up this trip down after giving up 4 straight. And Swiller just content to look around. Coming from behind on defense, number 6 to cut her off. Doing a nice job was Cassie Gagne. And now we have a whistle, and Gagne is going to get the call on the infraction as she protests the whistle. Respectfully disagreeing as she came right over and got her stick up a little high there, and that's going to draw the whistle and the flag, actually. So let's see, that allows, is that Swiller now with a chance to tie it up here for Breck on the infraction. That is Swiller. She's off a couple yards from the semicircle, so not as close as she might be, but she takes a shot and it goes off Brooke Nelson, and I think it went off the crossbar, hit some sort of post, and the rebound goes to the Mustangs though, so they're gonna get another shot, just under 12 minutes remaining here. And that ball, she put it up there, nobody was there to take that pass, and now with the loose ball, there's a whistle, and that's gonna be a turnover, so lost opportunity there for the Mustangs, and they are ever so precious in a tight game like this in a semifinal on the line here. And now here come the Red Knights with a little under 11.5 minutes remaining, streaking across the field. Is that number 2? It is number 2. That is Izzy Garvin on defense, brings it all the way down. The full 100-yard sprint by Garvin. What an effort by her. She'll trot back to the defensive side. And now Benilde will take their time as we just approached and hit the 11-minute mark. Half number 1, 4-3, tight semifinal here so far. That is Emma Peschel, 17. Kaltsas manning that right corner. Tilly Wolf, she's got a goal. And now it looks like she'll play point guard here for a minute. Wolf now approaches, comes right in and scores. Tilly Wolf. And she is accurate tonight. 2 for 2, her second goal of the afternoon, and she gets the Red Knights another 2-goal lead, number 4. Tilly Wolf came in on the year with 26 goals. She's recorded 27 and 28. She takes a little bump there. On defense for the Mustangs was number 22, Dylan Berman, but the sophomore was no match for Wolf as she gets her second. That goal comes with 10:30 remaining here, first half. Red Knights up 5-3. And we go to the center circle. And that is Piper Alon. Against Emily Johnson. Neither team is led by more than 2 goals. Although both teams have had 2-goal leads, this will be Benilde's second. And on the face-off, Alon back in there to do the honors, gets the ball to Peschel. Now Julie Evans, and she's been quiet so far, but ever dangerous out there is number 10, the leading scorer. And now Benilde, Tilly Wolf to Piper Elon, and now with that 2-goal lead on a very hot afternoon, they'll set it up and take their time. And behind the net, that's number 13, Annabelle Nicholson, the freshman. She got the start this afternoon. So all classes represented on the Benilde team, freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. And now Tilly Wolf with the give and go. Is that Peschel on the left side? She comes in, it gets steered away by the goaltender for Breck, number 14, Josie Lang, just a freshman, denies Emma Peschel, and that was a great save there by the freshman, Josie Lang. Looked like she kind of tapped the side of her post there to celebrate on the, I don't know if we'll get a replay as we watch Tilly Wolf, ball still alive. Wolf now going for the hat trick. Now Piper Alon also looking for a hat trick, and we got a whistle away from the play, and they're gonna call an infraction, and that's gonna give a free shot here, right here. Let's see that. Great kick save by Josie Lang, and now a free opportunity here for Alon. She's got a distance to go. They close the gap, and the defense was able to crowd her out. And that allowed Lang to make her second save in a row for the Mustangs. They've got to feel good about that. But they're down 2 goals with 8.5 minutes remaining, and that is number 6, Hannah Polidal, trying to get the ball. She gets triple teamed, but hacked as she did. That drew a whistle, and that's going to be a free opportunity here for Polidal, the senior. Now she gets it to the near side. That's number 22, Dylan Berman, the sophomore. And she loses possession, and that's an unforced error. Well, maybe it was a bit of a forced error. Number 9, Clara Clausen may have something to do with that. And now Benilde with the turnover, and they've had several today. And if that's one thing that Breck could point to is eliminating the turnovers, but that also tells me how good of Benilde defense they have and how important it is to have a good defense to be a successful program like they have here. That defense has been outstanding this afternoon. Okay, now with 7:43 remaining, this is Benilde trying to add to their lead as the clock now starts to wind down, half number 1. And Tilly Wolf now will lead the charge from the point position, and the pass to Peschel. Looks like they're trying to get Peschel on the board here. It might be her turn, because that's twice now they tried to hit her crossing in front, but they are ready for her. Good defense there by Breck, helping each other out on the perimeter. Now Tilly Wolf. And she was stutter stepping there, trying to get them off guard. Now Elon trying to work her magic, the scoop and the give to Wolf as she tries to wheel her way in, right in, and just lost at the last minute. She almost got to the doorstep, showing great weaving ability, if that's a skill. And now they've got the goaltender cornered, Lang, and they got a turnover. And what great forechecking by Zavarol. And she's got the ball. Boy, Mary Zavarol just makes things happen out there, doesn't she? After that turnover, they got it right back. Zavril came from all the way on that far side, and now she has the ball. And you get the feeling, oh, look at that. What a turnover by Breck. My goodness. Number 10, Emily Johnson, is that who got that? It was, just scooped it right out of the sky and surprised me and I'm sure Mary Zavril. And now they turned it right back over, and that is Benilde's. And now Breck might get it right back. You get the feeling this is a critical part of the game here late in the first half. The lead is still just 2. And now we've got a whistle, and I do think this is a timeout. And it may have been by Benilde. So timeout on the field. Our score, it is a tight one here from McQuinn Athletic Complex on the campus of Benilde. You're watching ParkTV 16 Sports on location. This is girls semifinals, Section 5 lacrosse. The winner will play Wednesday at St. Louis Park High School against the other semifinal winner, which is Wayzata versus Armstrong. And that is going to be a good matchup. So Benilde here holding on to a 5-3 lead. There is the brackets. Wayzata, the number 2 seed. And I don't think it's too dangerous to look ahead. I would like to see if Wayzata and Benilde or Breck played each other before. They usually get a match in every season, I would think. But just looking down the roster here, oh, they did play, and it was 9-7. That was here at Benilde on May 13th. I can't remember. We may have brought that game to you, but so if it does become Benilde and Wayzata, and if the seeds hold out, that promises to be a heck of a championship match, and I think we're going to be there bringing it to you. But Benilde has to do their part here and keep the lead. And we still have a good portion of half number 1 remaining, and of course the 25 minutes of half number 2. And these timeouts, all right, there's the whistle. And I think it is Benilde's possession in their own zone, or their half of the field. And we'll just see what happens here. They come out. Breck still in their huddle. Now they break as well. So because of the heat, teams are moving a little slowly out there. Just walking out to their positions. There's exactly 5 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. Checking the weather here once again. It's 93 degrees here in St. Louis Park. The humidity, though, is dropping. It's down to 38%, and we've got just 10-mile-an-hour winds. And we're back underway following the timeout, and it is Breck's ball, and that is Leon, number 17. Petra Leon got goal number 1 for Breck to lead off the scoring here, and now an opportunity here for Breck. They would love nothing better than to cut this lead to 1 going into halftime. Momentum can play such a key role, and oftentimes these momentum shifts happen right at the end of the half or at the beginning of the next half. Trying to set the tone for the rest of the afternoon. For some of these girls, this is going to be their last match in their high school careers. And now Emily Johnson with a goal. She caught that pass and turned around and delivered the goods. And that pass came from Kozakowski to Emily Johnson, and I believe that's her 3rd goal. Let's go to that replay. Here comes Johnson, just able to get enough space, kind of like a wide receiver who has to create space to catch the ball. Same concept here, it feels like. And Johnson was just able to elude the defense. And boy, you do not want to let Emily Johnson get that much space in that close to the goal, because it's not going to end well if you're Benilde, and that's exactly what happened. And our score now is 5-4. And And that score comes with 4:53 remaining. We're gonna go back to the center circle. So Emily Johnson intercepted that ball before the timeout, won the draw, scored the goal. That is quite an impressive performance by number 10. Okay, she's at the center circle going against Maddie Khalsa. Khalsa loses it, and it's picked up by number 23 for Breck. That is Eleanor Applebaum, and she is off to the races. Across the 30 on the near side, Applebaum will pull up there, direct traffic, as she draws in number 20, Corinne, oh, I don't know if I have a name for her. Oh, that was number 12, excuse me, Erin Dugan. But they were able to recover. That would have been a costly turnover in my estimation, as Breck now trying to even the score up here with 4:22 remaining. Ball loose as they almost lost it, but it's picked up this time by Dugan. So Dugan lost it before, and this time she saves the day for another teammate. So now that is Polidal, 6 to Dugan, 12, and she is having difficulty concentrating the ball in her basket. So I don't know if the pressure of the moment is getting on her. I haven't seen her play before, but there she goes. So it just really is a matter of concentration. Even in the highest pressure moments, it's where you got to concentrate even more. And there is a whistle. Breck will maintain possession. Clock continues to run now. 3:41, 3:40, 3:39. And now a free opportunity for Breck. And that is number 4 with it, Willow Milchman, the senior attacker, as they'll redirect her. She gets her mark. And rather than go for the net, turns it around. Now it is to Polidal. Polidal, number 6. Tilly Wolf on defense, getting help from behind. Zavril coming over to accost her, tried to shake that ball loose, but able to control it still, Holidal. So good job by her, despite the harassment. Now that's number 4 with it, Milchman. Milchman getting turned around, getting pushed out by number 6. That is Cassie Gagne, the junior defender, doing an excellent job. Clock continues to run now. We'll keep an eye on that. Under 3 minutes. 5-4 our score. There's a shot. Doesn't even get out of the basket. And a whistle just as Zavril picked it up. And that might be, oh, a card coming out. And they just threw someone out of the match. Did I get that right? Looks like number 6, Hannah Polidal, got the boot. I don't know if we can look at a replay, Paul, but she's over on the sideline. She's played the whole half. And I don't know if that also means they get to replace her or there's, I don't know. Let's see here. So that is Polidal. She comes in. She took a shot. And is it because the stick maybe hit the defender in the face or the head? It was inadvertent. It certainly seemed that way, but that might be a zero tolerance type rule.
2 minutes for charge.
Okay, so 2 minutes for a charge. So it's not permanent, but they are down a player, and Benilde has the ball. 5-4, 2:15 remaining. So there you go. It's a 2-minute penalty. So Benilde has an advantage. Kaltsas looking for a place, and it's blocked in front. Ball picked up by Breck. What a save by Yang. Now picked up by number 8, Alex Kozakowski. And Breck weathers that storm. Now they have possession with exactly 2 minutes remaining. That is the freshman goaltender for Breck, Josie Lang. And I don't know why she's holding on to it. Got to be aware of the clock here. You'd think Breck would like to take a shot, and they don't have a lot of time. Unless they're content to go 5-4, they don't want to turn it over, but I don't know about that style. But that certainly appears to be the strategy, as she's just going to hold on to it. I'm looking over at the bench for the Breck and to see if there's any direction. And I do see their coach. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to ice the game out. I don't know if I like that attitude in general, unless they're just waiting for the minute. That might be it. Okay, so this is, rather than the 2-minute drill, it's the 1-minute drill. Huh? Yeah, because you don't want to leave enough time and you want to take one shot at it. So maybe that's what's going to happen here, is now Josie Lang getting way out. I think that's incredibly dangerous here, especially against a team like the Red Knights. There's no one misstep And just like that, I predicted it. Peschel scores it. What the heck? With all due respect to Breck, I don't understand this at all. My goodness.
Scoring for the Red Knights, number 17.
You could see it coming a mile away, I guess. Oh, they would have been better off just to hold it. That was a mixed strategy that I cannot explain. And that is costly. As now Benilde goes up by 2 with just 43 seconds remaining, and that is so frustrating for Breck. They've only won 3 matches on the year. Somehow still have the number 4 seed. That must tell you what the overall ability is of the section, but nevertheless, you know, I said go for it, but if you're gonna go for it, you know, the goaltender, you're down a goal and you got your goaltender out by the 25-yard line. So, okay, I'll stop being critical. All right, here comes Emily Johnson. Can they salvage something here late in the half? A goal here would start to heal that pain, wouldn't it? Now here comes number 12 with it. This is Erin Dugan. She's their second leading scorer. She's been quiet all afternoon, and maybe she'll take matters into her own hands right here with 17 seconds now remaining. Dugan into Emily Johnson, ball loose, and she gets it back, and that draws a whistle. Savril in on the play there along with Riley Weedman. Looks like Breck's gonna maintain possession. There's 9.2 seconds remaining, and they're gonna get a free shot. What kind of angle do they got? Tough angle for Emily Johnson. She's got 3 on the afternoon, going for 4 right here at the end of the second half. Down 2, decides not to shoot, gets it to Dugan, and 3 seconds, ball still loose. And there's Benilde's defense as coming away with it as the time runs out of half number 1. That was number 2, Izzy Garvin. And great defense by Benilde as they maintain their 6-4 lead here at the end of half number 1. Come on back for the exciting half number 2.
Drownings are the #1 cause of accidental death for young children. Simple safety steps are the best way to prevent these tragedies. Make sure kids learn how to swim. Designate an adult water watcher to watch kids in and around water. Save the phone calls and texts for when the kids are out of the water. Properly fence all pools with fences at least 4 feet high and with self-closing, self-latching gates. When above-ground pools aren't in use, remove the ladders. When pools aren't in use, cover them. Teach kids to stay away from drains. And if a child is missing, check the pool or spa first. Consider the steps you take, then add a few more. Because you never know which pool safety step will save a life. Until it does. Simple steps save lives. To learn some new ones, visit poolsafely.gov.
Welcome back to ParkTV 16 Sports on Locations broadcast of girls semifinal lacrosse section 5. If you're just joining us, you missed out on a very exciting half number 1 back and forth, which led to that score right there, 6-4. So we're about to begin half number 2. This time Benilde going left to right. They're at home. They're the #1 seed, holding to a 2-goal lead against an inferior but inspired Breck team who got off to a 2-goal lead before giving up 4 straight. And they went back and forth until it ended up 6-4. And that is Piper Alon with the first winning draw. And she is on offense already with 2 goals this afternoon. Tilly Wolf has a goal. And Benilde is in business on offense, 25 minutes to go. If they are successful, they will go to the championship round Wednesday afternoon or evening at St. Louis Park High School to take on the winner of Wyzetta and Robbinsdale Armstrong. And that is Julia Evans. Their leading scorer has been all quiet all afternoon. Breck has had an answer for her, but she really hasn't had a lot of opportunities either. as they've been going mostly to Elon and Wolf, Peschel, Zavril. So I look to see a whole bunch of Julia Evans here in the second half, but now we'll look at Tilly Wolf as well as her. And that quick, easy pass, and that pass, folks, was brilliant. Number 4, Tilly Wolf gets the assist, and that pass made that goal happen to number 5, Riley Weedman. As she found the open, she calls for it. Wolf sees her, Weedman turns right around and deposits the ball in the back of the net, and Benilde is off to a great start here. And as I indicated at the end of the first half, the beginning of a half or the end of the first half can be critical parts of this game, and we saw some drama right at the end of half number 1. Breck had a 1-goal deficit at 5-4. It looked like they were just gonna let the clock run out, and the goaltender was led far out of the goal, produced a turnover on an ill-advised pass, and that gave Benilde their 6th goal with less than a half minute, and now they just score right away here in the beginning of the second half. And now they've just won the ensuing draw for their second one in the half, and you got to get the feeling that they smell blood right now, wanting to have no doubt. The longer a team like Breck hangs in it, the more confidence they get, and the more it affects the home team's confidence, and they don't want that dynamic. So I do expect them to come out here with authority as Tilly Wolf comes right in, and it does get blocked at the crossbar, I believe, or was that a save, or a combination of both. But nice goaltending there by Josie Lang for Breck, as she stymies Tilly Wolf on that attempt. And now here comes Breck on the far side. They are not going away lightly, as they may have some sort of answer here, but they need to come up with it soon and not turn the ball over, which is what they did not do just there. Now that is Lyon, and now Lyon just gives it right back. Unbelievable. And here comes number 8. That is Fiona Lynch on defense, gets the turnover and brings the ball into the first half. Now Tilly Wolf. Now to number 2, Izzy Garvin comes up to assist. Nice job by her. What great teamwork on display by the Red Knights in that sequence. And now Emma Peschel. And that ball gets back and away from number 24, Grotzik. And are they gonna keep possession? No, they're not. That's a turnover. So Benilde gets it right back. The good news is that Breck is 120 yards from the goal they're trying to get the ball to. And there's Grotzik on the forecheck along with Peschel. And now we have another whistle. And there is the goaltender, Josie Lang, way outside of position again. I question that. If you watch any NHL hockey, it's always ill-advised. And this time, though, Lang does get it out. And now here comes Breck's Kozakowski, number 8. And now Breck down by their largest deficit of 3 goals, 7-4. 21 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here, or thereabouts. And now that is number 12 with it, Aaron Dugan. And Dugan, one of their leading scorers. Awful quiet this afternoon for Breck. Now here comes number 23 with it. That is Eleanor Applebaum. And Applebaum will take up her position behind Nelson in goal, and that is good defense back and forth. Garvin all over that, holding number 23 Applebaum at bay. You watch Garvin, it's almost like a middle linebacker, with the goaltender being sort of like the line of scrimmage. Now she moves right in and scores it. Wow, what great patience on display by Eleanor Applebaum, and waited her time and finally got an opening and used her size advantage, quite frankly, to muscle her way right in there and put the ball behind Brooke Nelson. She really willed her way and used her strength to get the advantage. And so Breck does answer with 20:54 remaining. Our score now 7-5 in this very competitive semifinal round in Section 5 girls lacrosse. We go back to the center circle for the draw. And Piper Alon, the captain, will do the honors. She gets the majority of them, and she's going to go against Emily Johnson, who's got 3 goals for Breck. And if you're just joining us, you've come across a great girls high school lacrosse match, maybe one of the best I've ever seen here so far. Very competitive now between these two. Two private schools in the general vicinity, Breck and Golden Valley just to the north, Benilde in St. Louis Park. They actually are connected by Highway 100 by just a few miles. So you can bet that all these girls know each other since grade school, most likely, as that is number 21, Maddie Khalsa, just to add to the drama here, especially for the seniors on both squads. And it is starting to cool off. There's a little hazy clouds. The humidity seems to have dropped. Been in a heat wave here in the Twin Cities the last several days, and it does seem to be letting up just a little bit. And now here comes Piper Alon, and now Julia Evans, and the leading scorer puts it off the post on the right side, and the rebound coming way out and fighting for it and winning. That race is Khalsa, the 9th grader. Now she has it with authority, now behind the net as she gets pushed back by Emily Johnson. What excitement that is. Now Island with a rare miss, ball loose, ground ball, picked up, still loose, and now we have a whistle, and that's gonna be a minor infraction on Julia Evans as she taps the ball back to Breck's number 15. That is Whit Maybod. As Evans, let's see the replay, takes that shot and just off the crossbar, coming right out. And now Breck has possession, down 2, and they really can't afford to give up too many more goals or turnovers, and they do almost give it up, but a whistle saves them. And now a free position, and that's what they call it. I've been saying a free shot. I've been doing some reading at halftime. It's called a free position. And now that's number 10, Emily Johnson, the junior. Gives it up to Dugan, number 12, also their leading scorer. So both teams' leading scorers, or except Emily Johnson has scored. Dugan, their second leading scorer, awful quiet. Now Emily Johnson, and what a pass by Dugan to relieve the pressure there at midfield. As Benilde was really putting the brakes on him. Now Emily Johnson looking for goal number 4. She wheels back around, spins, backs up, showing great agility out there. That ball, though, trying to save it, and a unforced error by Breck turns it over with 18:35 remaining and running. We're in the second half here at the McGlynn Athletic Complex on the campus of Benilde. You're watching ParkTV 16 Sports. We're streaming live on YouTube, and what a pass to Evans in midfield as she cuts back left. And now a pass, and with it coming into midfield and losing it. But getting it again on the whistle, that was number 8, Fiona Lynch, the junior defender. And now Benilde back in business with a 2-goal lead with exactly 18 minutes remaining here in the second half of this semifinal. Now Benilde, Piper Alon. Peschel calling for it. She cuts across, they call that a cutter. Now Alon, the very experienced and savvy senior captain midfielder. Now Peschel, the cut to Wolf, the give and go to Peschel. She gets pushed back, tried to get it back to Wolf. She was covered. Now she tries the left side, and here comes Zavril. Splits the defense, and she was right there and just lost it. I don't know if it got poke checked, and now that nice pass by Lang out to the near far side, and now that's Kazakowski as Breck showing great skill moving that ball across midfield and up the field, and now they are in scoring position, and that's the best they've looked in breaking the ball out all afternoon, as their game seems to be improving ever so slightly, and that is Eleanor Applebaum, who played mostly defense in half number 1, but did get the goal here for Breck, as now they look to cut their lead to just 1, as we're now under 17 minutes remaining. Tight matchup here in this semifinal, and I have to say I did not expect this based on the records and also their prior meeting, but that was a month and a half ago. As we look at Dugan, number 12, get pushed back by Elon. Now they try that far side. Kazakowski gets it behind the net to Applebaum, and Applebaum, she may try her magic there from behind the net again. Now she and Garvin have their own little individual battle going on as Applebaum won battle number 1. There's Garvin. And they use the goal and goaltender as a screen, basically, or a pick, like in basketball, just trying to rub them off. Now here comes Applebaum. She's going to try it again. Garvin. Now here comes Zavril. She splits them both. And nice job. This time Garvin wins that match as she pushes Applebaum back. And what a great rivalry that's turning out to be, the match within the match. And now there's a whistle, and they're going to call a foul on Benilde. And that's going to give Applebaum a free position, they call this. She'll come in, and she's able to fight off Garvin again with her toughness. As she shielded her right shoulder, she did get hacked, but now she puts in her second goal in a row and cuts the lead to 1 here. As she came in, she gets hacked from behind by Garvin, withstands that. It drew the whistle as you saw the referee's hand go up, but it ended up in a goal. So the foul is for Moot, and now we have a whistle and a timeout on the field, and I can only imagine that timeout is being taken by head coach Anna Bowlesby, as they have now found themselves in a tussle here in the second half of this semifinal matchup. And am I shocked, but also gratified that we're getting to bring you such an exciting girls high school lacrosse match, and it really is 7-6. Everything on the line. Benilde has their state tournament in their sights. They go almost every year. I think for the last 5 years they've gone to the state tournament, at least since I've been talking about these games. And they are in a battle now as Breck, despite giving up an unforced air goal late in the first half, which could have just really turned the tide for good, they have come back, although they are not all the way back, but they certainly are pushing back on the #1 seed Red Knights, as they are talking it over there on that far side. And, you know, I'm trying to explain to myself what, you know, they're just in a competitive match here. I don't think they're playing poorly. They had some bad luck there. Evans' shot went off the post. Wolf, I think, hit the crossbar. So if those 2 goals had gone in, it might be a different story. With a 3-goal lead at this point, rather than just a 1-goal lead, could change the complexion. But right now, with Breck showing some momentum and some resiliency here in half number 2, this is exactly what Benilde didn't want, is to allow this upstart 3-10 team to start to get confidence and play that underdog role and draw energy and motivation. And so you've really got to get the attention of Benilde. They've got to focus in here. The intensity level is at a higher than they played all year. And remember, they didn't have a playoffs last year, so they've got to get used to this intensity. And they had their way in that first round, which we brought to you last week. And here they are, and they've got themselves a match here with Breck. You can throw the record books out. Forget about that. It's game on between these 2 schools. And after the lengthy timeout, and that might have been a water break too, I'm just guessing. I didn't quite see that, but nevertheless, a timeout that I felt Benilde needed just to slow the momentum down. So after that goal, the second one in a row by Eleanor Applebaum, the senior attacker, we go back to the center circle for the draw with Johnson, and this time is that Tilly Wolf to do the honors. I think it might be. It is. And that ball is won by Breck, and Applebaum is having a spectacular second half. And she gets that faceoff in midair. She's got 2 goals in a row, and she's looking for her 3rd straight for a pure hat trick. As she gives the ball up to number 17, that is Leon or Lion, and number 8, Kazakowski, to number 12, that is Aaron Dugan. And Breck looking like they have some new life out there. And Dugan now, 12, gets pushed back. And you've got to believe that they have all kinds of confidence now, down 1 goal with the ball. Having scored the last 2 in a row here, now we're under 15 minutes remaining. Half number 2, Dugan now looking, going against Gunvalsen. Zena trying to keep her at bay. And Dugan tries to drop it in there and tried to get it to number 3, Sophie Welch, and she did come up with it, then she lost it. Ball still is a ground ball. Oh, and what a nice job by Aaron Dugan, showing great concentration to save that possession, at least momentarily. Now with it, that is Lauren Ott, the junior, and that is Kazakowski, number 6, or Hannah Polidal, excuse me. They look very similar. And now number 10, Emily Johnson. The number 1 leading scorer for the Mustangs. Looking on the far side, gets pushed back by 6. That is Gagne. And now Emily Johnson gives it up to Kazakowski, number 8. And Kazakowski, she looked like she was going to try to take a shot, Poland, and now back to Applebaum, and there's a whistle as I think there was contact made. So there's a foul, minor foul. So now what we call a free position. I'm so glad after 5 years to learn that phrase. Free position for Kazakowski. Let's see, clock remaining, 13:35. Kazakowski with a free position. And she'll turn and give it up to Dugan. Dugan now trots in. Tries to put the move on defense. That's number 13, Annabelle Nicholson. And Nicholson forces the ball loose, but it's picked up by number 3, Sophie Welch. Welch now we have another whistle, and that is a timeout. And I think Breck is calling the timeout as I see their coaches clapping. So, timeout on the field comes with 13 minutes, 13 seconds remaining. And we are in a tight contest here at 7-6. And I was just gonna look back here. The 3 wins that Breck have, I mean, maybe their record or their schedule was that much tougher, but who did they beat? They beat Cretan-Derham Hall 12-9, and way back at the beginning, April 22nd, their first match in over a year since there was no spring leagues during the pandemic in 2020. They beat Osseo Park 21-4. Then they lost to Benilde, Wayzata, Forest Lake, Blake, Minnetonka, Cretan-Derham Hall. They gave up 13 goals, 12 goals, 10, 12, 11, 9, 15. But here, this afternoon, they've only given up 7. And that had to be a key for them coming into it, is keeping the score low. And they have done that so far. It's come close, though. Benilde's hit a couple posts and a crossbar. And had those gone in, Breck might not be feeling so emboldened, but they've got to feel good about their chances. If they were told coming into this match that they would be down 1 with 13-13 remaining, I think they would take that. Because with high school and any type of sports activity, we all know anything can happen. And there's a lot of pride out there, a lot of sweat, pain all year long. That's a rough sport out there. They got these sticks. And all right now, enthusiastic crowd on hand. People standing, definitely interest in the area. Look out in the parking lot behind the press box. It's full. We got another playoff game. The boys, I think, are taking on Wayzata at 7 o'clock. We'll be here live streaming on YouTube, so stay around for that, as the boys Benilde team having a stellar season also. They've been runner-up state champions for 3 out of the last 4 years, something like that. So you gotta think they're hungry, especially not getting that chance last year. Okay, following the timeout, again, 13-13 remaining, free position. No, just a timeout. Now here comes Breck, and that's Kazakowski. That's Kazakowski and Polidal. You can see those two look like twins out there, and they almost lose it. And there's the defense by Benilde, picked up by Wolf, and that was caused by Zavril. And here comes Tilly Wolf, and she loses it. And 2 Breck players collide with each other and go down, but they both get up, appearing to be okay, at least initially, but they're out of position, and a chance possibly for Benilde, as they are now in the offensive position here. With the ball behind the net, that is Maggie Grachik, 24. Now, that is number 9, Clara Clausen. And now Wolf. She rushed that ball magnificently into midfield, and now with 12:22 remaining, Benilde nursing a 1-goal lead here as the sun still high in the sky. A little bit of a breeze out there, really nice conditions. It was 10 degrees warmer over the weekend, around 100. Now we're right around 90, and it does feel cooler after experiencing those 100-degree temperatures. So both teams look pretty okay from my vantage points, at least health-wise. Nobody seems to be out there in distress, but they are taking their time here, maybe catching their breath. And now Wolf here. And over to Elon, and now it looks like they're ready to go. There's number 13 with it, Annabelle Nicholson. And she gets pushed back by Johnson and company. Along with her was Whit Maybod on defense. Number 15, now Wolf. Look at the clock, under 11 and a half minutes. Now Elon, she's got 2 goals. She gets turned back around by number 7, Lauren Ott, and 13, Lindsay Putman comes up to help her out. And Breck really hovering around that net, and there's a shot, and it's blocked by Yang. Ball in front is a ground ball, gets kicked out and picked up by Breck. So good defensive sequence. Emily Johnson gets it up to Polydal. She spins around, and now she's loose across midfield. And the 40, she's in the open. Looking for a cutter. She had options, but decided to turn back and go right this time. And she does pull back. There was a cutter ahead of her, but she decided to be a little more cautious there. And now she pulls back. Holiday now with Emily Johnson and a chance to tie it up this trip down the field. 10 and a half minutes remaining. What a matchup we have here this afternoon. Glad you're with us on ParkTV 16 Sports. I am Robert Christensen, and that is Polydal. Number 6, Hannah, getting harassed from behind. Benilde's defense has saved them all year long. Can they come up with a key turnover? Now there's Applebaum, and she's got the 2 goals here for Breck. She's going for 3 here. Now that pass in low, and the goal by number 6. Hannah Polydal threaded the needle in the upper left-hand corner, just beating Brooke Nelson over her right shoulder. And we got a goal, and now that is Applebaum with the great assist there out of the corner of her eye, all alone, getting it right behind Brooke Nelson, using her height. And there is 2 happy girls as they are now tied it up here with 10:01 remaining. And we have another timeout on the field. So our score 7-7. And 10 minutes to go here. Winner takes all, moves on to the championship round on Wednesday afternoon. And we are looking at Benilde facing their greatest challenge all year now. Needing to find an answer for Applebaum, really. I have to say, that's who they need to stop. Applebaum is killing them right now. She's got 2 goals. Basically single-handedly, and this time she drew attention, was able to draw that attention, was able to open up Hannah Polydal down on the doorstep next to Brooke Nelson, and that led to the score. So you gotta just put the clamps on Applebaum, make someone else beat you now, because she's really has the number of Benilde right now. Yeah, they have other dangerous weapons, but right now they've got to stop her, because they're going to keep going back to her. At least that's what I would be thinking about if I'm Breck. I mean, like, we need to get the ball into Applebaum's hand until they prove they can stop her, because she has been involved in all 3 goals in this comeback. It was 7-4 at half, and now it's 7-all, or no, it was 6-4 at half, and now it's 7-all. And these timeouts are lengthy in lacrosse. As we see Peschel, number 17, Tilly Wolf, 4, all paying attention. Also standing there, number 5, Riley Weedman, the junior. To the right of Peschel, that's 18, and Junkness. Standout on the hockey team. All right, looks like Coach Anna Bowlesby has gotten out what she needs to get out, and so Benilde, this is gut check time for the Red Knights. I have not seen them under this much pressure all year long, and here's a chance for them to step up here at home, try to prevent this upset on a very, very warm afternoon. And depending on how things are going, you either feel this heat or you don't. My guess is neither players from either team are feeling the heat. This is too much fun for these girls, and for many of them, it's going to be their last match of their career. But this is why you play. 10 minutes to go, season on the line, on the brink here. We're tied at 7 now, following the timeout. 10 minutes, 1 second remaining. And following the goal by Kazakowski, and there is Kazakowski. She takes her position. Emily Johnson at the center circle, and along against her will be number 21, the freshman, Maddie Khalsa. So Coach Bowlesby puts the freshman out there in a key matchup draw. And we got a whistle, and the ball's gonna go to Breck. So they are getting the breaks here. Now Emily Johnson will go to work, and Breck will try to get their first lead this time down. Their first lead since early on when they led 1-0 and then 2-0 before Benilde came back with 4 in the first half. What excitement here as we look at Emily Dugan. Dugan 12 now. And on defense, that is Poland. Now Dugan weaving her way and just tosses the ball up, but what a pass. And now they got it in Applebaum's hand, and Applebaum looking for Johnson. Ball loose in front, and Brooke Nelson with her quick hands comes up with the ground ball. And there, Brooke Nelson showing her talent and skill with those quick wrists and quick hands. And now the long pass out on the ground, and she does not connect, and that's gonna be a turnover. Boy, long pass there. Now Emily Johnson, and now they're on the fast break, aren't they? Now to, oh, the stop by Brooke Nelson. Ball loose in front. Applebaum tried to scoop it up, and Nelson with her quick hands again gets the rebound. And another chance for Breck. And boy, is there excitement in the stands here after that exchange. Here comes Garvin, number 2 on defense, and they're trying to push her back. That's Kazakowski. And boy, the intensity level has really skyrocketed now here late in this match. Here comes Garvin on the loose, all the way from defensive end. She spins around, gets pushed back, and still has it, looking for her teammates. And now here comes Wolf, and she comes right in and scores it! Catching breath. Off guard there as they were reeling after that goal. So after that exchange, here comes Tilly Wolf. Garvin showing patience, and the speed and strength of Tilly Wolf comes in there untouched. And Breck had a lapse on defense there, and that had to be frustrating for the Mustangs. They were right on the doorstep, and then bango, the big break. And there was the save by Brooke Nelson as she kicked it out. And then it got pushed back there by Gunvalson, and what great teamwork between those two players on defense. Leads to the 1-goal lead, and that comes with 8:24 remaining here, second half. Back to the center circle and the draw. And now it is 8-7. And the all-important draw is controlled by Benilde's Emily Poland comes up with the all-important possession with the 1-goal lead as she comes across midfield. Applebaum on her, along with Kazakowski, and she gets by them and gets it to Julia Evans. And we have a whistle and a minor infraction, I believe, and we'll have a free position coming up for Benilde. And we're back underway. Clock now under 8 minutes remaining. And in the far corner, that is Julia Evans. No, that's Clausen, number 9, Clara Clausen. And she is a steadying influence out there, isn't she? She mans that corner. They get her the ball. She calms things down. Everybody's set. Now Tilly Wolf with 2 goals on the afternoon, and that last one couldn't have been more important. That 1-goal lead now. And the clock is going to start to become a factor here as we're in under 7.5 minutes remaining. And Benilde, they will catch their breath here. Turnover is so important. Face-off wins, all the little things really coming into hyper-focus in this match is who's going to be victorious. Now Emma Peschel behind the net. That is Annabelle Nicholson. And she gets the ball backed out of her basket. Ball loose and a turnover as the freshman gives it up, and a big turnover for Breck. And Yang now, the inexperienced goaltender, having difficulty there. You got to believe that the nerves are playing some sort of role, especially for the younger players. Can't dismiss that factor as that's Whit Maybod with it. And she gets fouled, and she'll have a free position, and now she gives it right back to Peschel in the give and go. Oh, and Nicholson can't get it. As now she scoops it up and makes up for that turnover for sure. Now she's looking for offense, and she comes across the middle, but gets pushed back nicely on defense by Whit Maybod, the freshman, who just gave it up. So boy, turnovers back and forth. Now 6:20 remaining. Half number 2, 1-goal lead for the Red Knights. Last time they played, it was 13-4, but that was back on April 23rd, and boy, has life changed for these two squads as they are in a tight contest here with everything on the line. Now Tilly Wolf, under 6 minutes to Khalsa. Now Peschel. And Breck content to just play possum here, for lack of a better phrase. Clara Clausen, now Julia Evans. Poland comes out, and on the perimeter, playing the point, Tilly Wolf. Super tough out there. Now Benilde's Peschel. Any mistake can change the course of this outcome, and the quick pass and the defense by Yang, and is there a goal there? No, that's a save. I'm still trying to figure it out. A lot of clapping. I can't tell which fans are clapping. It looks like it's going to be Benilde's ball. Looked like Breck had a save and a turnover, but they're going to keep the ball with Benilde, as now we're under just 5 minutes remaining. ParkTV 16 Sports on location. We're at Benilde-St Margaret's. You're watching semi-final girls section 5 lacrosse. Benilde holding to a 1-goal lead, trying to stave off the upset by the Mustangs. The pass now to Khalsa. She backs up. What defense on display by Breck's number 19, Corinne Moran, the freshman. Tenacious defense by Moran for Breck. 4:24 remaining, and now you wonder if Benilde is content just to ice this game out. And now they'll miscue by Poland, and saving the day on the ground ball, but losing it again. Ball loose. Boy, this possession is everything. We got a whistle. And what is this going to be? Who's that going to be on? And the crowd trying to lobby the referee. Is it on blue, or is it? No, it was on blue. So that is number 8 with it for Benilde, Fiona Lynch. So that was a free position for Lynch and the Red Knights. And now there are 4 minutes remaining. And boy, like the sand in an hourglass, it is starting to go fast here if you're a Breck fan. Just down 1, and I just think back to that end of the first half and how they gave up that goal. Totally unnecessary. That's going to hurt if they go down by 1 this afternoon. And Benilde holding the ball. And a substitution as Khalsa checks in. I just looked over to my left, but nothing going on really. I think Breck's going to have to come out and force the action here with 3.5 minutes remaining. I think Benilde is going to make them come out, and now they are starting to come out here. They've got to cause a turnover is basically what's going to happen here. Maybe even a foul, so they get a free position, they get a free shot. That's much like a free throw, right? Hope they miss, and you get a chance to get the ball back as Wolf comes in, and as she is fouled from behind by Applebaum. So she's going to get a free position, and now Wolf, and boy, is she ever dangerous. The second leading scorer, has 3 this afternoon, going for 4. And she is chomping at the bit there. She's got plenty of room as they check the goal. Wolf versus Yang. And you got the best angle in the house right there. She decides to pass it, and the goal. No, it gets off. It was blocked. What a save by Yang. Let's see here. Actually, it just missed. It grazed Yang's left shoulder. Looked like right her jersey, and so just a miss there. And wow, bullet dodge by Breck. Clock still running, 2:17 remaining. But they've got a long way to go against a very tenacious forecheck by Peschel. Now that is Yang. She had to get out of the net to help on that one for sure. Lang now gives it to 22 as she tries to bring it up. Dylan Berman, no mistakes by Breck now. This is their last chance, in my opinion. And now Peschel. And the inexperience of Lang there, as they are having difficulty breaking that ball out against this tenacious defense. And there was a screen by Dugan, and that was an illegal screen right in front of the referee. And she got called for it, and that turns it back over to Benilde. But that just tells you how great a defense Benilde has on the forecheck there. Basically forcing Dugan to try to take that move. She just didn't get there soon enough, and now they're gonna set it up. That's Peschel 17 with the 3 position. Clock stopped at 1:46 until the whistle. Now we're back underway. That's Peschel. And you gotta think they're gonna freeze it out, and Breck has to play tenacious defense. They really gotta come out and force the action, and there's Julia Evans. She'll retreat. They'll use all that space now, as the clock is their friend with 1.5 minutes remaining. But here comes Elon. She wanted to shoot, but I think she's under instructions not to. Yep, she wanted to score. She could show it there in her body language as she twisted back. And now she's gonna come back in, and she draws the whistle, and we'll get a free position. And I think that was intentional, again, like fouling, to allow the free throw so that you can get the ball back. So committing an error to try to get a tactical advantage. Clearly the strategy with 1:16 remaining, and Breck needs a miracle here. They definitely got to prevent the goal here for Elon on the free position. She comes right in and scores it. And that could be the icer. Piper Elon from the free position may have sealed the victory for Benilde on that free position. Number 12, Elon. And there's the signal from the referee with the goal. And now they go back up to 9-7 with 1:16 remaining. And we'll go back to the center circle, and now Breck has their work cut out for them. I don't think pulling the goalie is effective or even possible in a girls lacrosse matchup, but we'll go back to the center circle in the draw, and they've got to win this, Emily Johnson. They've got to win the draw, score, and win the draw again. It's like getting 2 onside kicks. Maybe not quite the same, but they got to win these draws. And that first one goes to, it's up in the air, and it really is a critical draw here. And Piper Elon, who got the goal, gets the draw on that ground ball, and that actually could seal it with that possession. Piper Elon, and now that is Clara Clausen in the corner there. And they always get it to her when they want to settle things down, and here they are again, Clausen. Although she's gonna face some pressure now from number 13. That is Lindsay Putnam. And now Benilde with 38 seconds and a 2-goal lead and possession. Looks like they're gonna escape here with the victory in this semifinal round, and escape is the accurate word here. They knew they were gonna be in for it as Claire Clausen saves that. Clock running, 20 seconds now remaining. Grotchik with it, 24, gets pushed back by Kazakowski. Now Applebaum, who had a great second half, but just not quite enough here for Breck. And now Elon, and now it's over. 2 seconds, 1 second, and there is your final whistle. We've got some standing parents, and what a matchup it was here at McGlynn Athletic Complex. Our final score in this semifinal, 9 Benilde, 7 Breck. And so for Paul Broden, our producer, and everyone connected with ParkTV 16 Sports, my name is Robert Christensen, and thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again for the Wednesday championship. But stay tuned for boys semifinal lacrosse coming up at 7 o'clock on YouTube.